Hey, what's up guys, Slays here, and today we're going to be going over 5 tips to help you improve at HyperScape. For those of you who may not know, HyperScape is a game that just recently exited alpha on PC. It is set to come out on PS4, Xbox, and PC sometime this summer. Whether you're someone who got to play the alpha and are looking to improve your skills, or a console player looking for an edge up on the competition at launch, this video should help you out. Now let's get to it. Alright guys, so tip 1 will be learning how to bunny hop in HyperScape. It is much easier than in games such as Apex Legends, which you may know the term from. In HyperScape, if you are sprinting, slide, and towards the end of your slide, jump. In order to chain the B-hop, as soon as you touch the ground after the jump, initiate another slide. The sliding in this game is very fast and actually allows you to keep a lot of momentum going forward. This will help you keep moving faster than normal sprinting and allow you to outmaneuver people when using abilities. This is particularly helpful when using abilities such as armor and invisibility, in which you can't use your weapons or other abilities without canceling them. So in order to get the full utility out of these abilities, you will need to be quick with basic and advanced movement. The better you can get at the advanced movement in this game, the better overall player you can become. So tip 2 is to pick and choose a weapon combo to use. Since HyperScape is an arena shooter with a longer TTK than most, in order to get a leg up in gunfights, you want to be using what I'm going to call a combo loadout. Combo loadouts are loadouts that include a primer weapon and a cleanup weapon. The primer is your big damage dealer in which you want to start the engagements with, and the cleanup weapon is exactly what it sounds like, the cleanup weapon for the enemy or enemies you have primed. This works in 1v1s and also in situations where you're fighting multiple opponents at once. One very common combo, for example, is the Skybreaker and Hexfire combo. Think of the Skybreaker as your primer weapon to do big damage to one or multiple opponents, and the Hexfire fills the role of the cleanup weapon. If you time it right, sometimes you can kill the opponent before they can react. Some primer weapons include the Protocol Sniper Rifle, the Skybreaker, the Salvo, particularly in buildings, and the Mammoth Shotgun if you want a really close range option. Some cleanup weapons include the Hexfire, the Ripper, the D-Tab, and the Riot 1. Try different loadout combinations together and see what really fits your playstyle. They all play very differently. Keep that in mind. Alright, so tip 3 is learning to use your abilities sparingly. Abilities play a large portion in starting fights and also disengaging from fights when needed. You don't want to leave yourself in a situation without at least one of your abilities, so pay close attention to those cooldown timers. Try to avoid using abilities such as teleport or slam if you are in the middle of other abilities like invisibility or armor, unless you are absolutely sure you will be able to get away from a chasing enemy. Mainly because both of your abilities will be near full cooldown before you get them back, and if you get caught without abilities in this game, you will most likely die if you get engaged by multiple targets. Tip 4 is going to be using your aerial space, whether it be by using the bumpers on the ground around the map or abilities like slam and teleport. Getting high ground on your enemy could lead to you winning the gunfight. This tip goes hand in hand with using combos. For example, you'd get above an enemy and prime them with your primer weapon and be able to follow up with your secondary in a better position to chase if they try to disengage. One thing you need to keep in mind with being in the air is that you will be a target for potential third parties and even the enemy's teammates. This is another reason why managing your cooldowns wisely will be necessary to make sure you can get out of a bad situation if you are not able to secure the kill fast enough or take too much damage. I would recommend having an ability to cover aerial space, allowing you to be able to successfully chase enemies that may try to run away from you. Being able to successfully chase will play a big role in succeeding at HyperScape. Last and final tip, learn when to fight and when to disengage. You need to pay attention to your HP bar a lot in this game. A lot of the times it's actually best to get one of the players in a squad down and ability out to regen before fighting the rest of the team. 1v3ing in this game is hard unless you play smart. Of course, if your team is there to fight with you or they are already weak, try your best to finish them off. The long TTK in this game means that if you are not using combos in your fights, sometimes the fights can last too long and you can get caught in bad positioning, like being hosed by an entire enemy team spraying at you with Hexfires. If you get in a situation where a player or an entire team manages to prime you and you get weak before you can do any damage to them, you will need to ability out and reposition or completely disengage. This tip requires some game sense and knowing which fights you can win and fights that you simply cannot. Don't try to be Superman. Soloing teams is possible, but you need to be the first person to initiate that fight if you want to be successful the majority of the time. Coordinate with your team for proper flanks and team shots. This is a team-based shooter at its core. Always keep that in mind. Anyway guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more HyperScape content. I plan on having a new video out for you guys every Sunday. Feel free to leave any comments down below, any tips you think could also help new players improve their gameplay. But until next time, contenders, I'll see you in the arena.